Guys, what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be doing a tear down on my turbo. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I just while I'm at it cleaning everything else up, I may as well clean the turbo up as well. But what I'm going to do, early last year I got a T51R modded compressor housing from America, from OCD Works. I didn't opt for it to be polished, but I kind of want it polished now. My old one was polished, so I'm going to start making tracks on getting this polished. This turbo's a Precision 6266 Gen 2 dual ball bearing, so it just, by the looks of it, it just needs a bit of a clean, so we'll get it all cleaned up and start making tracks on getting it polished. Firstly, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start taking all of the tape off. It's been off the car a while, so I'm going to start taking all this out. Right. As you can see, it's a bit muddy, a bit mucky, a bit oily. Just obviously due to use. That isn't spinning freely because it hasn't had any oil going through it whatsoever for ages. So I'll pop this off. Everything was all loose when I took the took it off the car. But now I need to take the compressor housing off. Now, observation, when I got the new compressor housing, I ended up getting new bolts as well. Obviously aren't holding up with the temperature at all, so I do have new bolts to go in, so I'll put them in when it comes to putting it all back. Right, that's all the 6 13mm bolts with the backing plates. They're out, so in theory this should lift out, which I can't seem to do with one hand. But one thing I've noticed is one thing I noticed when it was coming off the car as well, my oil return was finger tight. So basically anything I can advise is just keep checking your oil return lines. Yeah, it's a bit saturated with oil, but it'll all get cleaned up. Right, as I've noticed, it's been sucking up some shit. Yeah. Just needs a good clean. If you ever want to get one of these compressor housings, t51r.com. Yeah, we'll get cleaning this up now. So I ended up getting the turbo stripped down. These are the backing plates on the exhaust housing, which hold the cartridge in. I've ended up cleaning them up. Compressor housing, centre cartridge, and here is the exhaust housing. Well, basically what I'm doing at the moment, I'm going to see if I can give this a real good clean up with the wire wheel. Now, I've done these faces so far, just took some of the surface off. This bit I haven't done yet, but yeah, I'll crack on. Right, that's the exhaust housing as cleaned down as I can get it. It's not too bad. It's come up alright, to be honest. Obviously there's little bits down in there, but it's nothing to be of concern about. So yeah, I'll start on with compressor housing now. Since I've done the wire wheeling, I've gone on to a 80 grit sanding wheel. Honestly, don't know why I didn't just start this in the first place, because as you can see, started smoothing all this out, and you can see all I've done is cleaned it up but done nothing. I may as well have just done this straight off the bat. So yeah, that's really smooth. You can see all the indentations on there. So I'm just going to persevere, crack on getting this smoothed out. You'll probably notice it's in regards to like when you do wet sanding on a car as well. You'll notice low points on it. I don't know if you can. I try to get as much. Oh, there's a couple of little low points. You won't want that when you're polishing up, so try and go as far as to getting them out completely, and then yeah, just keep going round. But I shall crack on. So last time I did my old compressor housing, I had every single grade, well, not every single, but ideally all the grades of wet sand to get me up from 80 grit all the way up to 1200 prior to hitting it with metal polish. Unfortunately, I started this without realising that I didn't have all the grades here, so I went from the 80 grit sanding wheel to 120 to 240, and then I had to jump straight to 600, and that's all I have until my dad told me that he's got 800 and 1200 in the other part of the garage. So I decided to hit this with metal polish anyway after 600, just see how it come out. And don't get me wrong, I'm not striving for perfect, I'm just striving for it to not look with all the cast on it and stuff, so it looked rough. But yeah, I've just hit this corner. You can see the sanding marks in it. Now that'll be the jump from 240 to 600. It's not perfect, but it's alright. I was quite surprised it came up how it did just for 600 grit. But tomorrow I'm going to go and get some 400, go back over it. So I'll do 400, 600, 800, 1200 and 1000, then 1200, and then polish it up and see how it looks. But yeah, I've got everything here just ready to go. So on that note, I'm going to call it a night now because it's quite late, and I'll jump in tomorrow.